When we talk about sexual assault, sexual misconduct here, 1 out of every 6 women, stats-wise, are victims of attempted rape or rape. Just 2 to 10%, apparently these reports are false accusers, right, or made up, basically. And just 35% of all rape or sexual assault cases are actually reported. When you put those all together, the pullback piece of this is that the number of rapes and sexual assaults that are not reported far outweighs the number of men being falsely accused. So how do the president's comments play given that context?
Well, I mean, I think I've been saying all along that the charade that they continue to go through with this Kavanaugh nomination is basically like the GOP and the president carrying around a big sign saying to women, we don't care about you, you don't matter. And I will say I was particularly offended by his statements last night because I have a son. I have a son and a daughter. And I think that justice in this case, understanding a full, thorough FBI investigation, finding a nominee that is absolutely not under suspect of this is as important for my son to grow up understanding his role in the world as it is for my daughter to feel safe.
Explain that, because one of the things that you have heard from some, for example, Republicans, has been the question of, well, what if this was your husband or brother or son who was falsely accused? Wouldn't you be acting and feeling differently about this? So I pose that question to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, any mother is going to feel defensive on behalf of her son, but I think what any mother would do is what we've been shocked that Brett Kavanaugh hasn't done, which is demand a full and thorough investigation with every witness available to be interviewed by the FBI for as long as it takes, because the thing I would care about most is that my son could stand behind whatever the results are. And the way that this is proceeding casts a long, long shadow of doubt and pain over women who, as you say, are loath to come forward because they get attacked the way the president attacked Dr. Ford last night.
Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Why don't you subscribe? It's really easy. Just click on that button down there. And for more news from MSNBC, click on any of these videos here for the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more videos from MSNBC with our newsletters. Head over to msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up.